Iota value equivalent to $0.2262 a coin. The present exchanged cost range 0.245 7.318. The earlier day close 2310. The change was 0.4828%. Reverse rate us to it. Iota figure for August 2024. Before all else cost at $1915. Excessive cost 0.376, while low costs 1915. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.107. Iota cost figure toward the month's end 0.221. Change for August 16%. Iota cost expectation for September 2024. Before all else cost at $0.221. Excessive cost 0.756, while low cost 0.221. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.4244. Iota cost figure toward the month's end 0.576. Change for September 16%. Iota figure for October 2024. Initially costed $0.576. Excessive cost 0.1867, while low cost 0.491. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.2653. Iota cost figure toward the month's end 0.679. Change for October 40%. Iota cost expectation for November 2024. Initially cost at $2,679. Excessive costs 3.26, while low costs 0.679. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.1948. Iota cost figure toward the month's end 3.108. Change for November 16%. Iota conjecture for December 2024. At the outset cost at $0.108. Excessive costs raise 857, while low costs 3.108. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 3.420. Iota cost conjecture toward the month's ends 3.605. Change for December 16%. Iota cost expectation for January 2025. At the outset cost at $0.605. Excessive costs 40.46, while low costs 3.516. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 3.737. Iota cost gauge toward the month's ends 3.781. Change for January 4.9%. Iota gauge for February 2025. To start with cost at $781. Exorbitant costs of 40.78, while low costs 3.544. The found the middle value of costs 3.804. Iota cost gauge toward the month's ends 811. Change for February to 8%. Iota cost expectation for walk 2025. To start with cost at $811. Exorbitant costs on 41.82, while low costs fee on 634. The found the middle value of costs 3.1884. Iota cost estimate toward the month's ends 9 and 8. Change for spring to 5%. Iota figure for April 2025. Initially cost at $9 and $8. Excessive cost on 42 and 31, while low costs pre on 60.77. The found the middle value of costs any on 9 and 43. Iota cost gauge toward the month's ends 9 and 54. Change for April 2%. Iota cost expectation for May 2025. At the outset cost at $9 and $54. Excessive costs in 23 and 23, while low costs beyond 757. The found the middle value of cost 40.19. Iota cost gauge toward the month's ends 8.40. Change for May 2%. Iota gauge for June 2025. In the first place, cost at $14.40. Exorbitant costs of 23.67, while low costs were in 795. The found the middle value of cost 40.71. Iota cost conjecture toward the month's ends of 14.81. Change for June 1%. Iota cost expectation for July 2025. First and foremost cost at $14.81. Exorbitant cost on 44.62, while low costs are 88.78. The found the middle value of costs on 40.48. Iota cost estimate toward the month's ends of 2170. Change for July 2%. Iota estimate for August 2025. First and foremost cost at $4170. Exorbitant costs on 45.59, while low costs PR 1963. The found the middle value of costs on 14.238. Iota cost gauge toward the month's ends of 42.61. Change for August 2%. Iota cost expectation for September 2025. In the first place, cost at $4,261. Exorbitant costs at $4,781, while low costs of $4,155. The found the middle value of costs on $4,416. Iota cost gauge toward the month's ends on $4,468. Change for September 49%. Iota gauge for October 2025. In the first place, cost at $4,468. Excessive costs are $5,546, while low costs are $4,468. They arrived at the midpoint of cost on $49.16. Iota cost conjecture toward the month's ends at $5,183. Change for October 16%. Iota cost expectation for November 2025. Before all else, cost at $5,183. Excessive costs of $5,183, while low costs are $4,049. They arrived at the midpoint of costs of $4,692. Iota cost conjecture toward the month's ends $4,354. Change for November 16%. Iota figure for December 2025. Before all else, cost at $4,354. Excessive costs on $4,354, while low costs $3,401. They arrived at the midpoint of costs $942. Iota cost figure toward the month's ends $3,657. Change for December 16%. Iota cost expectation for January 2026. To start with, cost at $7,657. Exorbitant costs $657, while low costs $3,057. They found the middle value of costs beyond $4,815. Iota cost gauge toward the month's ends $2,287. Change for January 1%. Iota gauge for February 2026. To start with, cost at $3,287. Exorbitant costs $3,598, while low costs $3,328. They found the middle value of costs $3,344. Iota cost estimate toward the month's ends $3,363. Change for February 2%. Iota cost expectation for Walk 2026. First and foremost, cost at $363. Exorbitant costs $363, while low costs $1,765. They found the middle value of costs $1,016. Iota cost estimate toward the month's ends $1,973. Change for spring 11.6%. Iota estimate for April 2026. First and foremost, cost at $0.973. Exorbitant costs $60.90, while low costs $0.973. They found the middle value of costs $271. Iota cost gauge toward the month's ends $40.49. Change for April 16%. Us to earn expectation for May 2024. Before all else, cost at $4,274 coins. Excessive cost $4,883, while low $3,973.